All right. Hello, class. This is Professor Brooks. I wanted to take you through week 3 and talk about some of the important uh, topics that we needed to discuss. So for week 3, on your assignment section, we're just going to start at the top and go all the way down. This week, meet the experts as it relates to your assignments. So when you go meet the expert, these are recordings. Hopefully you've already got a good feel for this, but you'll click on meet the expert for the week in question, and you'll come down here and you'll see where you can launch this and watch the expert, meeting the expert for this week. You can play that at any point in time. You can also play the other recordings up to this point. So this is where you go to meet the expert, where they talk about a lot of the topics covered based on the objectives for the current week. So make sure you go through that process and meet the expert, watch those videos. Okay, back to your assignments link. Up here at the top, migrating on down, your course project, right? So you still have your course project to do. And for this week's topic, it says, how does the communication and ethics impact your professional life? Now, when you write this, it needs to be done utilizing this week's lecture material. And there's tons of other information that you can go and get the information from. But the key is to make sure you cite your work. You want to use APA. So as it relates to your course project, you need to at least cite one time in the body of your paper that you write. Now, a lot of you, may be having problems with APA. I wanted to solve that problem for you. What you can do is come up here to the top of the course shell, and on the left-hand side, you will see a link called Course Resources. When you click on that, you click on the library, and then you go down over here to the left to Resources, and then you can find the APA link. Now this is a great location because it tells you everything you want to know about APA. Now you need to watch the overview and go through these lessons. They don't take that long, but they build a fundamental foundation on what's expected from an APA perspective. Okay, but here's the really nice documents here, the guide, the checklist. But I'll just show you. These in-text citations are examples on how to do an in-text citation. They're very straightforward. Here's a sample paper that gives an example on what an in-text citation looks like and how the reference list should look like. So everything is right here spelled out for you. So make sure you spend time, go through that. Back to our week 3, just moving on here. Click on the assignments. We're going to go down to, we've covered Meet the Expert. We've covered the course project. Remember, you need one full page there. And now, of course, the lab. The lab has detailed instructions. I'm going to go back to the lab. Now, your discussion areas, this is very important because you can see that each week you have 2 graded discussion areas. Now, keep in mind, you're graded from a qualitative and a quantitative measure. Qualitatively means quality, right? That means you need to expand on the body of knowledge. Be thorough in your responses. I like to tell students to have a beginning, middle, and end to your responses, because if you're not thorough, it's hard for you to expand on the body of knowledge and to be thorough, right? So remember, make sure that you don't waste your time with 1 or 2 sentence responses. Always make sure that you're being thorough. Don't like I said, don't have 1 or 2 sentences. Make sure you have a good paragraph for every response. And that works not just for this class, but for all your classes. Also, you're graded from a quantitative measure, not qualitatively, but quantitatively, which means you need to make sure that you post across 3 separate days in each of the graded forums. Okay, and it tells you which ones are graded, of course, right? So you want to make sure that you do those things, and you'll get a full credit on discussions as long as you do those 2 things. Now your lab for this week is a process that you go through. You read the scenario, as you can see here. The deliverables tell you what's expected. So you need to make sure that you save these documents and submit these 3 documents right here. And 2 of them are Excel documents, and the other one is a lab report. Okay. Now, what will take you through that whole process is, let me go down here to it. You need to watch this lab report. It takes 17 minutes to go through there, so make sure you do that. Also, when you click on doc sharing, you're going to click on your week 3 lab instructions right here. So if I pull that up, it's downloading. Okay, so when this downloads, I mean, it takes you through the entire process of that lab of your Excel documents that you have to have. So problem 1, it tells you what to do here, each step. You can see here on my screen, and it kind of takes you through both problems, okay? And so it just tells you step by step how to save your work, open up a new document, and so forth. And even here, this is the cover sheet for filling out the report where you have your results and your conclusions and your objectives. Remember, even with the results and conclusion, don't put 1 or 2 sentences. Be thorough. Talk about the results, right? Be thorough. Discuss them. Same thing with your conclusions. What did you come out with? What did you conclude about the research that you have done through going through the entire lab? What did you experience? Share that information, okay? So I think that's it for this week. Stay focused. If you get stuck, don't hesitate to reach out to me, and we'll go from there. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.